Hey YouTube, YouGetRocks97 coming at you with another top 5. This top 5 is on top 5 cards in the Judgment of the Light set. There were like a lot of good synchros and exceeds and some mentionable cards in this set. However, I didn't want to put archetype specific cards because those just help the archetype by themselves and not good without the archetype. So I didn't want to use those. This is just top 5 generic good cards in the set Judgment of the Light. And also I didn't really look online for other people's opinions, so this is more like my opinions, the cards I've looked at in the set, which is pretty much the set. And so yeah, I'm just going to do my opinion of the top 5 cards in the set. Number 5 is Angel of Zera. This card's really good in decks like Agents and other things. It's a level 8 synchro, generic. It can't be bottomless or deep prison. Well, it can, but you wouldn't want to do that unless you ensure yourself game next turn. Pretty much it makes itself it's unfazed by bottomless deep prison. You can Cyber Valley it off, you can banish it with Hyperion, and it's just a card that keeps coming back. So it's really good because it's just a +1 every standby phase after you +1 off of it. Like with Cyber Valley, it makes Cyber Valley a +1, Hyperion a +2, and it's just a really good card in general. Big, it's really big, and it's a level 8 generic synchro. So this makes it number 5 on this list because there's a pretty decent amount of good cards in the set. Number 4 is Armadez, Keeper of Boundaries. This card's good because it's a level 5 generic synchro, meaning you can Diva level 3 into it really fast, and level 5 is one of the fastest ways to synchro. It's a really good synchro and stuff like Doppel because it gives them another 5 over Magical Android. If they choose to run that, they can run Catastor, Armadez, and Librarian. So that gives them another answer. Also, if it attacks or is attacked, they can activate effects of spells, traps, or monsters. So they can't Gores or Deep Prison or anything like that. So it's really good, and yeah, it's not too big though, 2300. I think it's a really good card though, and that's why it's number 4 on the list. Keep in mind both these cards are secret rares, so yeah. Pretty much a lot of the good cards I chose happened to be secret rares. I don't know why, but they were just good, and that's what Konami did. Number 3 on this list is Transmodify. It's a spell card. It's pretty much like an insect imitation, but for other things now. It still works really well in Insectors, but it can work in other decks now. I can't even think of any off the top of my head, but just by reading it, it's not too restrictive on what you can use it in. This makes it really generic and really good. This is a really good card. If you don't know what it does, pretty much you tribute a monster and then you special one of the same attribute and type with the level higher. You can only use one of it per turn, but it's still really good. So that's why it's number 3 on this list. Number 2 on this list is Master Key Beetle. This card I actually know is pretty hyped. I mean, it's pretty hyped for a lot of things. Mostly Evil Swarm. They can make it really easy instead of Ophion. If Ophion is to get hit by the ban list, maybe. I doubt it. But if it is, then Master Key Beetle comes in, and then you can make a Master Key Beetle type of control. Protecting it with Safe Zone makes it practically invincible. Protecting Vanity's Emptiness, Deck Lockdown, cards like these aren't gonna die, which makes it really cool. And it's really kind of powerful in any way you look at it. It protects a card on field, and that makes Master Key Beetle really good. And it's big, so it's also a Eradicator target, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's why it's number 2 on this list. I knew it had hype, so I was able to put it on this list just because of that. But the rest is pretty much my opinion. And I think Master Key Beetle is good too, even though it's a lot of people's opinions. And number 1 on this list is Star Eater. I couldn't find a card I thought was better than this. Usually I don't choose bigger cards like this, but it's a generic level 11 that's super easy to make. X-Sabers can make it really easy. Marmels can go Megalo, then Diva into Heavy Infantry, and that's Star Eater right there. And Card Couriers can go Beret into the Dog, Watchdog, and that's instant Star Eater. And Star Eater can't be negated by Warning, so it's kind of like an Obelisk in that aspect. When it's summoned, it can't go Bottomless or Torrential, and when it attacks, it's like an Ancient Gear Golem. It can't die by things, so it's just really powerful at 3200 especially. So they're going to have to kill it on their turn by a spell. The only traps that really affect it are Compulse after it's summoned, or when they enter battle phase, or Phoenix Chain and the likes like that. So It's a really powerful card, generic level 11. We've been needing one of those forever. And yeah, it's just really good. So this was my top 5 cards in Judgment of the Light. Tell me what you guys think. If I left any cards out, honorable mentions are like Shape Sister and yeah, it's not archetype, it's just a level 2 tuner. Anyways, these are my top 5 cards in Judgment of the Light. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe, thumbs up, give me your ideas, comment, and yeah, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Archtype 7. Bye, YouTube.